What's going on, everyone? Thank you for joining me. This is your boy B&B. I am the host of the B&B show, Black Man Boating. Thank you for being here. Um, the thing that brings me here is the corruption in the stock market. This is why I utilize my voice. I'm a big supporter of GME, AMC, HYMC, and other companies. And a lot of us believe there is huge manipulation in these stocks and many others. Illegal naked short selling is what we think is happening, and there's millions of us that believe this thing is happening. So we're watching everything play out. We're watching everything play out with the banks, with the hedge funds, with the SEC, with Donald Trump being elected and putting, key people in positions where they could do things. So I'm excited, but I have to talk about the man, the myth, the legend, the guy that got the majority of us retail investors, the ones that identify as apes. It was with this gentleman's research that actually got us here. And we're talking about the boy Roaring Kitty, man. Let's take a quick look, man. Roaring Kitty, this dude has got a lot of motion. Whenever he pops on the scene, man, people are paying attention to this guy. They're reposting his posts. People are trying to decipher whatever message that's in the post. And I mean, who knows, man? I've seen a lot of people come up with some really great theories, and we're gonna go ahead and dig into what the community is feeling. So we're gonna check the temperature of the community. We're gonna do my little segment called Scrolling. They hating, some are not hating, but some are hating. We're gonna do that, man. We're gonna have fun with this, man. You know, this is the way I see it, man. Life is to be taken serious, but life is to also have fun. I try to have fun as much as I can, man. Try to go out here and enjoy this thing called life. And I hope that you guys are doing the same. So let's take a quick look, man. The first video. You already know, man. This dude, he gets their attention.
Welcome back to Squawk Box. Shares of GameStop briefly halted for volatility yesterday. They jumped by as much as 14%. This after a cryptic post, we're going to show it to you, on X from Keith Gill, the trader known as, if you remember, Roaring Kitty. He posted a mock-up of a Time magazine cover, this time featuring a blank computer screen with a media player that resembles YouTube. It appears to be an edited version of the 2006 issue of Time, when the magazine named you, meaning all of us,
was that
person of the year with the mirror.
The mirror, right?
That was the one with the mirror. Now, with the lack of context, traders made their own assumptions. Shares of Unity Software jumped, ticker U. So did the shares of Clear Secure Inc., ticker YOU, before eventually all closing lower. Welcome to the world of I don't know what.
Roaring Kitty.
Presented without comment. I don't know what the comment is supposed to be.
No.
It'd be great if you could do that. Is he allowed to buy a bunch of calls and then do that?
Yes, I'm sure. Oh, you mean on those stocks? I don't know. Sure, unless
wouldn't that be good to do that? Do you know what call if you bought 100 calls?
But the question is, if you're the SEC, what would be your claim?
Right. He's not trading on insider information.
Right. That's why it's such a great thing for him to be. I don't. It's like nebulous. It seems like a lot more than Martha Stewart did.
There are a few people who have been able to do that, Elon Musk being one of them. Every time you mention Dogecoin or something, it would skyrocket like that. You can look at a stock.
The Doge would, not Tesla.
Yeah. No. But there are a few people who are able to do that just by letting the world know they're thinking about something. Everybody's interested and runs to it. Those are the only two people I can think of.
$250 billion. I don't know if he needs any more. What's that?
No,
56
no, but
billion?
there's only a couple of people in the world who I think have that level of influence. And Roaring Kitty's one of them.
Hey, man. I think that the reason why Roaring Kitty has the impact on people that he does is because of he's proven. Think about this. If you remember back then, okay, some of us have been in this play for almost 5 years now. It's getting to that point. So if you remember when Roaring Kitty first came on the scene and he was explaining his thesis about GME, man, it was really an exciting time. You know, you knew once you got to listening to Roaring Kitty and listening to his videos, you knew one thing. Well, you knew a few things. You knew the guy was on to something. You knew that, okay, this guy is not some stupid guy. He knows what he's talking about. He just has this, he's a charming dude, man. He has a personality. People gravitated towards him, and you gravitate towards his personality, but it was the information that he provided that made you stay. So you started doing your own due diligence. Now, I'm a firm believer in this. Man. People like Keith Gill, Roaring Kitty. Okay, you have people like that, and you have people who have since then have upped their game, man, and in terms of understanding what's going on in the stock market, and they're able to explain and in some cases teach others, about what's going on. So you have people like Roaring Kitty, who came around, and people looked at his information and decided for themselves, like, okay, this is a pass for me, or this is something that I want to go ahead and further my education on. I could just remember, man, back then, Jimmy, it was such an exciting time to even be involved on Reddit. I can remember family members, man. I can remember family members pointing me in the direction of Roaring Kitty. Say, hey, man, you need to listen to this guy. You need to check out the information that he's providing. And these family members were already invested in GameStop. So without even fully understanding, I just believed like in, these particular family members are very successful. So I was like, something, I got a little bit of information. I'm starting to understand it. I'm digging into it more and more. I started buying into GameStop myself back then. And I didn't fully understand all of the things that were going on in the market. Back then, didn't understand what illegal naked shorting was. Didn't really fully understand what shorting was, period. I had an idea, but I really didn't have a full grasp of it. And things like failures to deliver, payment for order flow, dark pools, so on and so forth, derivatives, swaps, all these things that has come subsequent to initially listening to Roaring Kitty and listening to his thesis. So this guy, man, he's a proven dude. Look at what he's done. This is why people listen to him, man. And when he posts, people try to decipher, okay, what does this post mean? Is it cryptic? Is there a message? So let's take a look, man. What got people fired up? This is this Roaring Kitty post. It's an old Time magazine post. You take a look. Roaring Kitty, he hadn't posted since September. So this was his last post here, the Toy Story post, September 6th, and then 22 hours ago he posts this cryptic message here that we think it's a cryptic message, right? We don't know. We're just assuming. But what I want to do is I'm going to check the temperature of the room, man. I want to see what the community is thinking. Let's see what the community is taking, man. Let's see. Identify as AMC. We got AMC and GameStop. So I am a big supporter of both. I am an investor in both of those companies, not financial advice. This is just what I do. I believe in both companies. GameStop is what even brought me over to AMC. So the whole thing with Keith Gill, starting way many years ago, has brought me here. And my belief in both companies are stronger today than they were back then. All right, we got Salvatore Meme Lord. All right, man. So January 9th at 4:20 p.m. Green Wildfire. Wow. Okay, we got Cat Striker. Time for high volume. Let's fucking go. Man, let's like some of these, man. We're gonna like some of these. We're gonna like them. I actually reposted this one. So let's go through, man. Let's go through. We got Greg. Time for high volume. It's got a little arrow. Time for high volume. Let's see. This one right here. This has been remade many times, but now it's got Keith Gill there. The beast has awoken. That's what's up, man. People get excited. Let's take a look here. Incredible. Wolf of My Street. Yeah, GameStop was halted yesterday. Yup. Let's go to the moon. Man, I love it, man. People get fired up, man. Let's fucking go for 28s. It's on like Donkey Kong. Look at me. I'm the media now. That's what's up. Oh, you know, you got the little plant here for 420. I believe this right here. Here we go again. Unusual whales. Thank you for changing my life. I like the stock. We're back, Mike Investing. I love it, man. I love it, man. People are excited. Back again. Someone says, okay, I'll watch your live stream on January 9th. Let's see. To think that the SEC is probably investigating deep fucking value right now for this new picture. You know, I think it's interesting. It goes Batman, Bat Craven. I love it. Wow. That's true. Today is December 5th, 2024, and you're not selling. Definitely not selling. I'm just speaking for myself. So this is the original person of the year. You. Yes, you. You control the information age. Welcome to your world. So people are just wondering, what does it mean? So this is the original. What does it mean? What do, people are excited. Forbes, the largest cock and balls in the world. Keith Gill. There he is. Hello, old friend. People are excited, man. Whenever Keith Gill, Roaring Kitty comes around, man, there's a lot of excitement for this dude. Just up. I love it, man. My bad. I forgot to like some of these. As you can see, people are excited, man. Roaring Kitty is back. There's a lot of different opinions on it. The majority of us that are here on X, and you know, that came from the Reddit days, right? The majority of us are here right now because this man was the catalyst. Roaring Kitty was the catalyst. He, like I said, he had his theory on GameStop. He presented the information. We went ahead and took that information and broke it down ourselves. I said, okay. Like I said, man, some people said, nah, I'll pass. And then some of us said, yeah, you know, we're going to go ahead and go on this journey. We'll go ahead and support the company's GME, which led a lot of us to AMC and HYMC and so on and so forth. And now we have this education and the nefariousness of the stock market. It's crazy, man. It's crazy what led us here. So shout out to Roaring Kitty. You know, whether you want to admit it or not, he's the catalyst. He's the catalyst on probably 99% of us that are here now. He is probably the catalyst. He's the one that got that ball rolling. Shout out to Roaring Kitty. I want to get back to some of the posts in the community, man. So people have some really good posts in the community, man. Let's get back, man. I want to take a look at the AMC Bull. This is a I love creative videos, man. When people make creative videos, I think this one is dope. Um, Check this one out, man.
We come to this place for magic because we need that, all of us. That indescribable feeling we get when stories feel perfect and powerful because here they are.
Just happened.
We come to this place for magic because
I love it. Come to this place for magic, man. There's a lot of people, man, I shouldn't even say a lot of people. There's some people out there that want to, I don't know, man. They want division between GME and AMC. And I'm telling you right now, the majority of us own both stocks. Okay. The reason that most of us that even got into AMC is because we found GME first, got into GME. It was great. It was a great time. I won't even get into details, but it was a great time to be in GME, found AMC. And I'm a big AMC supporter because I'm more of a movie guy. Like my kids are more gaming people, so they push and support GameStop big time. And I have other family members and friends that do as well. And there's those of us who are more movie people. We push, AMC and we support movies because that's our love. That's our passion. Movies, and you have other family members and friends. Their passion is gaming, but we support both. We own both. So to me, I hope and pray both of them go past the moon in terms of price, the value of the stock, man. So this is what the community is feeling, man. The community is definitely feeling the boy Roaring Kitty. Okay, Kenny Hall. Tell me when. Of course. They got to start with the halts to protect us, to protect retail investors. Look at this, man. Jim Cramer. If GameStop hits 1,000, I will suck off a horse on live TV. We don't know if this is a real or a fake post, so it might be a real one. We're not sure. This one right here. That's the brother right there, Roaring Kitty. The latest cover of Time magazine. Citizen Musk. I think this is dope right here, man. Elon Musk is the man, dude. He is the man. Time magazine. So this is the original one. That's the original. As you can see, there's a lot of excitement. Every time he comes around, there's a lot of excitement, and I'm here for it, man. Let's take a look here, man. This is the brother, Roaring Kitty, back in his congressional hearing.
Thank you, Chairwoman Waters, Ranking Member McHenry, members of the committee. I'm happy to discuss with the committee my purchases of GameStop shares and my discussions of their fair value on social media. It is true that my investment in that company multiplied in value many times. For that, I feel enormously fortunate. I also believe the current price of the shares demonstrates that I've been right about the company. A few things I am not. I am not a cat. I am not an institutional investor, nor am I a hedge fund. I do not have clients, and I do not provide personalized investment advice for fees or commissions. I'm just an individual whose investment in GameStop and posts on social media were based upon my own research and analysis. I grew up in Brockton, Massachusetts. My family was not wealthy. My father was a truck driver and my mom a registered nurse. I was one of 3 kids and the first in my family to earn a 4-year college degree when I graduated from Stonehill College in 2009. That was not a good time to be looking for a job. From 2010 to 2017, I worked at a few startup companies, but there were significant periods when I was unemployed. I took an interest in the stock market, and even though I had very little money, I used those times to educate myself and learn more about investing. In 2019, after nearly 2 years unemployed, I accepted a marketing and financial education job at MassMutual. My wife Caroline and I were thrilled that I had an income and benefits. My job was to help develop financial education classes that advisors could present to prospective clients. I was not a stockbroker or a financial advisor. I did not talk to clients, and I did not recommend stocks for them to buy. Before and after I joined MassMutual, I studied and followed stocks. One of those was GameStop. In early June of 2019, the price of GameStop stock declined below what I thought was its fair value. I invested in GameStop in 2019 and 2020 because, as I studied the company, I became more and more confident in my analysis. Two important factors, based entirely on publicly available information, gave me confidence that GameStop was undervalued. First, the market was underestimating the prospects of GameStop's legacy business and overestimating the likelihood of bankruptcy. I grew up playing video games and shopping at GameStop, and I plan to continue shopping there. GameStop stores still provide real value to consumers and reliable revenue for GameStop. Second, I believe that GameStop has the potential to reinvent itself as the ultimate destination for gamers within the rapidly growing $200 billion gaming industry. GameStop has a unique opportunity to pivot toward a technology-driven business. By embracing the digital economy, GameStop may be able to find new revenue streams that vastly exceed the value of its business. I am hardly the only person who has advocated these points. When I wrote and spoke about GameStop on social media with other individual investors, our conversations were no different from people in a bar or on a golf course or at home talking or arguing about a stock. Hedge funds and other Wall Street firms have teams of analysts working together to compile research and analyze shares of companies. Individual investors do not have those resources. Social media platforms like Reddit, YouTube, and Twitter are leveling the playing field. The idea that I use social media to promote GameStop stock to unwitting investors and influence the market is preposterous. My post did not cause the movement of billions of dollars into GameStop shares. It is tragic that some people lost money, and my heart goes out to them. But what happened in January just demonstrates again that investing in public securities is extremely risky. As I said earlier, I consider myself and my family fortunate with our investment. When the stock price broke $20 in December, I knew my investment was a success. I was so happy to visit my family in Brockton for the holidays. The money will go such a long way for us. We had an incredibly difficult 2020. Most difficult was the tragic and unexpected loss of my sister Sarah in June. I am grateful to be in a position to give back to and support my family. As for what happened in January, others will have to explain it. It's alarming how little we know about the inner workings of the market. And I am thankful that this committee is examining what happened. I also want to say that I support retail investors' right to invest in what they want, when they want. I support the right of individuals to send a message based on how they invest. As for me, I like the stock. I'm as bullish as I've ever been on a potential turnaround for GameStop, and I remain invested in the company. Thank you. Cheers, everyone.
You want to know what's interesting? The fact that Rory Kitty even has to explain himself. You know, I remember watching this live. I remember watching this financial House Committee thing live, right? I remember. And I was thinking to myself back then, like, damn, this is crazy, dude. This is a retail investor who found some information, dug into the information, and saw that there was something nefarious going on. And he says, okay, this is an opportunity for me to make money off of this trade, right? Like Roy and Kitty said, we're not privy to the information that hedge funds and banks and people of that nature are, okay? We're at a disadvantage. But he made a point that it's like social media is helping level the playing field, and how social media is doing that is Now you have a whole bunch of people that could go out, look for information, find it, and then bring it back and says, look, curate the information, present it to everyone. Here goes some information that is something interesting that I found. Maybe you might find it interesting as well. So you go ahead and take all of this data and you formulate your own opinion. This is what a Roaring Kitty did, and this is what we all do. We take the information and formulate our own opinion, because people go to work and they put in long hours to make their money. And I don't believe that the majority of investors out there that are retail investors, I don't believe that they're not doing research, their own research. I think you get an idea, someone presents an idea to you, you say, okay, let me go ahead and take a look into it. You know, I liken it to buying a car or buying a home. You buy a car, you do your research on the car. Does that car fit, you know, does that car take care of your needs? Does that car fit your lifestyle? Does it fit your family's lifestyle? You know, if you're a father and you have a bunch of kids, you're probably not buying a two-seater car. You're probably going to go buy an SUV or, God forbid, a minivan, right? So you take that upon your shoulders, man. When you go in and invest your money into a vehicle or a house, you get the comps of the area. You find out the school district, man. You want to know where are my kids going to school, man. I don't want them around a bunch of foolishness. I don't want to live in a, you know, whatever neighborhood, and you know, maybe you've advanced in your life, man, and you don't want the bullshit around you no more, right? So you take a look, you do your research, just like in the stock market, you do your research. It's really that simple. And now you fast forward it to now, right? Now we know, because of people like Matt Gaetz, that you have people in Congress that's front running stocks. These people are the very people, the very people at this financial house committee, man. Their colleagues, or maybe even some of them, I don't know, but their colleagues are over here taking advantage of insider information because they know what's going to happen in the world, because these people are the lawmakers. These people are the politicians. They're privy to information that we don't have. So if there's going to be a conflict in the world, or if America is going to finance a war, they know this. So they could go ahead and invest in those companies that's going to benefit from conflict in the conflict in the world. And then you have this guy, a regular retail guy, that has to come up here and explain it. But yet your colleagues are the worst offenders of taking advantage of their job. You know, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable the things that we found out over the last 4 or 5 years. You know, they take advantage of their position. They're in a position where they could go ahead and front run stocks, and they do it, and it's crazy. It's crazy that it's even allowed.
Congressman Gaetz offered to take us on a tour.
So one of the committees where people have a lot of information is the Appropriations Committee, because they can view almost any vector of government funding. And so, you know, this is Mr. Rutherford's office. He's on the Ethics Committee and the Appropriations Committee. 152 stock trades. Stocks go through the roof. And, actually bought Raytheon stock the day that Russia invaded Ukraine.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if every American could make money off of war.
Yeah, setting aside the whole shame and ethics questions. How many more on our hit list here?
There are a few more. I wish there were fewer on the hit list. I wish we could only stop at 1 or 2 offices, but as it turns out, So energy is a sector that sees a lot of congressional stock trading.
Sure.
And we have members who are on the Energy Subcommittee of Appropriations, like Michael Guest, chairman of the Ethics Committee, and he's traded somewhere between tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars in energy stocks. He's been buying online gaming stocks and just making a killing on them. So you would think that the people that were on the Ethics Committee would be your best allies in this fight, but indeed they're some of the most prolific traders. And not only trading, but in the case of Mr. Guest, trading in an area where he has access to energy information more so than almost any other American.
And no indication that he wants to maybe slow down, pump the brakes, recognize that there might be some appearance of impropriety here?
It seems as though the pace is only accelerating.
All right.